thank you again for being here. You guys are getting a look at kind of a little sneak peek at our theme for 2024. And so I hope you enjoy this. We will have a section for questions at the end, but I guess most of you already know me, but I'm Mickey White. I'm L10's Director of Member Services, and I head up the ambassador team, and we're joined today by 4 of our amazing ambassadors. We created the program in May of 2022, so we're coming up on our 2-year mark, and our ambassadors are our welcome wagon for our new members. Many of you have heard from them already or will be hearing from them very soon. And at this point, I'll turn it over to our Director of Marketing. She does all of our excellent communications. All the emails you see, they are from Nanette Nolan. So you're up, Nan.
Thanks. Hi, nice to meet you. As Mickey said, I'm the Director of Marketing Communications for L10. I've been a part of this team for, gosh, I think it's coming up on 11 years. I don't even know where that time went. Love, love, love L10. I'm going to go ahead and move this over, introduce Leanne, and she's going to move it along, and the rest of the ambassadors will introduce themselves.
All right, thanks Nanette and Mickey. Hi, everybody. I'm Leanne Batchelder. I'm a principal consultant at Tier 1 Performance, and I'm also our strategic director for life sciences, which is why I love L10 so much. I've been a member for about 12 years, believe it or not. So it's been a great ride, and I love being an ambassador. David, I'll throw it to you.
Hey, thanks, Leanne. David Brin. I know my picture doesn't match my current face. I am rolling with the mountain look today because I am in the mountains of Colorado. So David Brin, nice to meet you. Born and raised in Denver, Colorado, but I currently live in Austin, Texas. And I've been in learning and development for around 15 years. 14 of those years, I've been a part of L10. It's been an amazing journey. It's an amazing network. I'm a senior learning leader, and I've worked for companies such as Johnson & Johnson, St. Jude Medical, Abbott, and GE Healthcare. So looking forward to talking with you today. I will turn it over to Jamie.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Jamie Zona, and I'm a training manager at Teva Pharmaceuticals. And I have been in the training department for about 4 years. And all 4 of those years, I've also been a member of L10. So I love being a part of this organization, and I want to welcome all of the new members that are here on the call today. So thank you, and I'll hand it over to Julia.
Hi, everyone. Julia Taylor. I am so excited to be part of this call and to meet all of you. And I am currently an associate director. I'm doing leadership development for a rare disease business unit at Amgen. And I've been part of other amazing pharmaceutical companies as well, like Roche Diagnostics, obviously diagnostics and device, Johnson & Johnson, and Pfizer. And I just want to say you've made a really great choice. This is going to be really helpful to you, whatever your role is and wherever you are in your career with life sciences training.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks for being here, and thanks for your introduction. So our agenda today, we'll learn a little bit about L10, what our member benefits are, talk about our upcoming events, how you can get involved, and how to tap into all the benefits you do have. And then, like I said earlier, we'll open it up at the end for Q&A. So before we dive in too much, it's important to kind of know where we came from. We are over 50 years old now. We are a professional association, and really everything that we do, all the decisions we make, all of the things that happen are revolved around this vision, mission, and value proposition. Nan, I know you have good things you would like to share as well.
Yeah, to echo what Mickey was saying, I think the special sauce about L10 is really that it's the community that builds everything. Our committees are working hard behind the scenes. They inform much of the decisions that we make. Our board of directors, our preferred industry partners, everybody has a stake in what happens at L10. So the articles that you read, the webinars that you attend, the workshops that you go to, these are your peers across the life sciences learning community. And so yes, there are conferences. Yes, there are magazines. Yes, there are other resources out there that are broad training. No knock on them. They're great. I love some of them myself. But I think when you're looking for insights, knowledge, feedback that's relevant to what you're doing here and now, meaning, working in pharmaceutical or biotech or what have you, this is really your community. And so we love that. And it's a wonderful little group. And I guess it's not so little. It's funny. When I started, it was teeny, and now it's like 3 times that size. So,
That's a good thing, though.
oh, sorry. I keep getting an itchy trigger finger. Take it away, Mickey.
Thank you. So here on the screen, and I won't bore you with reading it to you, but you can see a list of a lot of what our member benefits are. We do gate a lot of this in our member center, and we also have resources that are readily available to anyone coming to our website. But here's just a list of some of the things that we offer. And I would like to turn this over to the ambassadors to get each of them to let you know what their favorite resource or benefit is and how it's really helped them in their career. And Jamie, you were the first one I see, so I'm going to turn it over to you and then you can roll it from there.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Thank
so
you.
all of these are great benefits, but I'll just pick one. So I honestly love the volunteer opportunities. And of course, I'm volunteering to be an ambassador. So I'm on the ambassador team. That's why I'm on this call with you all today. But it's great to be able to volunteer and to network through the committee, the volunteer committee. So be able to meet all of the other ambassadors that are on the different meetings with me, and then be able to reach out to all the new members on a monthly basis. And that's where we email all of you. So being able to reach out to you and welcome you to L10, it kind of allows me to feel like I'm really a part of this organization and able to help all of our new members feel welcome. And it's a great way to continue to network with others in the organization. So that's my piece on this, and I'll hand it over to David.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, I would say is the L10 Focus magazine is a publication that has been going on for forever. As far as I'm concerned, Tim Sosby, who is the editor, has been just astonishing at looking for and publishing content that is very much applicable to a job, from leadership development, building a program, to the things that are happening in the world of AI. As a matter of fact, I remember I would comment many times on the different articles, and Tim at a meeting one year said, you always make comments about the articles. Why don't you write an article? So he got me involved with writing articles, and you know what? It's actually, it's fun, and it keeps me also attuned to making sure that I'm on top of some of the newest trends, and I have a forum to get out ideas and share some of my thoughts, and then it just builds a rapport amongst the network. So I really found that the Focus magazine has been something that I really enjoy. Let's see, Julie, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, for sure. So like Jamie and David as well, I've really taken advantage of all of these. So just to give you a little bit of one more idea, I absolutely love the networking opportunities, whether it's on a call such as this. So this environment, the mixers, going member directory, there's just so many ways that you can really connect with people. And I personally have found everyone that's an L10 member to be really receptive outside of our roles and outside of the companies we work for. So it's nice to have this really positive culture that you can enjoy and really get a lot out of, is my thought. Leanne.
I'll wrap us up. Ditto on everything that the other ambassadors have said. There's so many benefits. I honestly love the newsletter. I look forward to it every week. I love that. I mean, it is chock full. You have to scroll to get all the articles. But what I love about it is the vibe of L10 is to connect people, right? To connect people to other people, to knowledge, and to other associations even. So that newsletter will have articles from Fierce Pharma or Fierce Bio or another kind of publication that's out there. So you're getting very, very current information, trends. David, you mentioned AI. So it's not just sharing what L10 offers, they're connected to other news as well. And I think that's really valuable.
Excellent. Thank you all. So now we are going to give you the sneak peek of the conference theme this year. So we are leveling up this year, and I'm sure you've noticed the video game graphics. We are bringing back the 80s in a fun way. So get out your big hair and your little micro gloves, because we're ready to roll. And we hope to see all of you at the conference this year.
Yeah, and I did want to say a quick note before we jumped in and let our folks jump in. This is like the flagship event. This is like the big show. It's probably the way most people come to know L10, and there's a lot to love. So I'm going to shut up and kick it over to our ambassadors to share.
Julia, you are up.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I've had the opportunity to be part of the L10 conference for quite some time. And it really is exactly what you just said, Nanette. It is a flagship event. So if you have the opportunity, I think it's such a good investment in you, your career, what you can bring back to your company. That's my personal opinion on this. You can see all the bullets on the screen in front of you. It is a gold mine. That's how I would summarize this experience. It is a gold mine of learning professionals that have come together, all different levels of roles, all different companies, and everybody is just really open and helpful and can connect you in so many ways. So I would just say, if you have the opportunity to go, definitely take advantage of all the workshops, put a little time into thinking about which ones you want to attend. I mean, 70 workshops, 14 learning tracks, and you can bounce around. So cherry pick it so that it's just right for you and your company. You will not be disappointed. And I also have to say, speed coaching is like one of the coolest things that's there. You can make a little bit more of a deep connection with a few people. So you don't have to like join it and say like, oh, I've got this big issue. Not at all. It's just like a little deeper connection for 15, 20 minutes. It's so worth it. So I'll pause there.
Thank you, Julia. So I want to share, we do have a couple new things this year. We typically do a first-time attendee orientation meeting. This year, we're going to kind of change it up a little bit, and we're going to do some walking tours. So it'll be a little more intimate. You will be with our ambassadors, board, advisory council, and they'll be showing you the ropes for the conference. We also will have an ambassador lounge in the exhibit hall, where if you feel lost, don't know where to go next, don't know what's happening next, don't know what to pick as far as a workshop, you can come back to there. I will be in there the whole time, but we'll have ambassadors coming in there and kind of helping you work out any questions or problems you have. So that is new and different this year. So we're very excited about that opportunity.
And Nikki, can I make one more point? I'm sorry, in my exuberance, a big fail. You're seeing a training fail for any facilitators on the call, but that's okay. We're a kind group.
We're all friends.
We really are. You'll notice there's an exhibit hall. So if you have, that is something I cannot say enough about. 65 vendors will be there. And even if you're thinking, well, I don't have the purse strings, I don't control the budget. Oh my gosh, please take time to go and check out all the vendors that are there. Talk to them. They are not going to chain you down and make you like follow you forever. They are an incredible group of people. And I've gotten so many just tips, ideas, thoughts. They've even pointed me in the direction of other vendors in the room. So it's a really cool experience. Please take time if you go to meet them all. It's worth it. Once I was just sharing a quick story, but I met a vendor there multiple years ago and I was like, man, this is so cool. And I mean, years ago, and this year had the opportunity to suggest it to somebody I'm working with. And we're going to be partnering with them to create some really cool AI and augmented reality things.
That's awesome. Thank you, Julia. Nan, I'm going to turn it back over to you to share about our awards.
Yeah, definitely. One last note. I didn't even
Oh,
mention this. I didn't put it on the slides. I'm the worst
Uh-oh.
marketer ever. We have I don't expect any because it's a new member meetup, so I suspect most of you are new. But we have like a half day on the last day, and we're really excited. I cannot wait. But it's going to be an AI focused day, so it's about learning and development, and the intersection between AI and using AI tools, because we're honestly just scratching the surface. And our data shows us that members are really still at the very beginning stages of using AI in any kind of meaningful way. And so we want to see how we can kind of encourage more use and help help you guys be more knowledgeable about all the use cases and the ways you can use AI for your efforts. The learning, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. The L10 Excellence Award is in its 10th year. So I cannot believe it's passed so quickly. I'm like, 10 years. This is a beautiful event. We get hundreds of entries each year from around the life sciences learning community, from our training providers, from, people out in the field, our field trainers, senior leaders, and they're submitting their best work. They're submitting the work that their teams do. They're submitting their emerging leaders. They're showcasing all the partnerships, and that culminates in a very cool award ceremony that happens live and is live streamed at the annual conference each year. Only year I think was the COVID years, but I think we all know that was all madness. But we're really excited. And next week, April 1st through 5th, we're going to be doing a awards announcement week. So each day we'll be rolling out the new, the honorees or the inductees. So please stay tuned. And then on Friday, we'll send out a huge announcement and it'll list everybody all at once. And it's going to be magical, I promise. So we can't encourage you guys enough to, we even have our old previously live streamed award ceremonies on our website and on our YouTube channel too. So you can kind of see what that looks like. But we've introduced 6 new categories. It's going to be amazing. So I know that many of our ambassadors have also participated as judges, as entrants, as finalists and winners. So I'll let them do the talking in terms of their experience and what they felt has been kind of interesting or important.
Yeah,
Lynette,
go ahead, David.
just real quick, I'm sorry to jump on your comment. What I was going to say is we were talking about how to get involved and what it means to be a part of this community. And I remember when early on when this was getting going, I was able to be a part of building the Excellence Awards program. And so when there's ideas, the board listens and they're continually trying to find ways to advance the network. So I was just saying that it's just a really good group. So get involved. I think that's my message, is the more you get involved, the more you can see some of your ideas come to fruition.
Yeah, that's a good
No, I
point.
love that. Leanne?
I have in my home office our award-winning poster from 2015 framed it was the very first one that we won. So it's really special for us. And I was mentioning earlier before the call that I love seeing the posters of the award finalists and winners. And it sounds like might be doing a little bit different this year, which sounds really great. But at the conference, you can go around and learn about the projects that were finalists and winners and talk to the people, kind of learning more about that project, which is great. It triggers so many ideas. And I believe also in Focus Magazine, I've seen where we have those posters in the magazine as well. And they're almost like, infographic job aids on what good looks like. And so that's been a huge value add for me as a member.
I love that, Leanne. Thank you. And thank you again, David. A quick note about the posters. Again, if you guys have never been to the annual conference, no knock on you. Normally they're physical posters that are up against, a couple of boards. It doesn't sound glamorous the way I described it. It's very cool, trust me. But this year we thought we're just going to move it into a digital format. So we'll have a schedule where each of the different award, finalists are going to be showcasing their work in this digital format. We'll even have a People's Choice Award. We've never done that before. So there's a lot of new stuff. I'm sure I'm going to miss a bunch, but I also don't want to spoil all the fun by sharing it here necessarily.
And Nanette, just to add on real quick. So my experience with the awards has been really great as well.
There's some really incredible work. It's hard. Every year you're trying to narrow it down to the top 3 or 4 finalists, but you're up against some really steep competition. So if you come out on top as a finalist or even the winner, that's a big deal. It's a really proud moment. Honestly, it's really great seeing people get so amped about the work that you guys do. Mickey, did you want me to? I'm scooting on. And Jamie, it's you again.
Perfect. Thank you. So this is just a quick look at our 2024 L10 event calendar. So as you can see here, we have some L10 networking mixers that are in New Jersey. There's one in Canada, one in Chicago, and these are great. I've been to an L10 mixer in New Jersey, and it was just a great experience to be able to meet up with other people that are part of L10 that even live near me and work at pharmaceutical companies or in the industry. And similar to the experiences that are had at the conference, you can just talk about ongoing projects and ongoing industry trends and connect on LinkedIn. So it's a great networking event. I also had gone with some others on my team, so that was a fun kind of bonding experience for us all to go out and do something, after work and meet with others in the industry. Of course, listed here is the conference. So that's in Florida in June, as we talked about. And then on the right-hand side is the 6Ds workshop. And this is a certificate program. So I did go through this program, and it was excellent to think about how training can be presented in a way that will drive business. And it talks about training from start to finish. And I really learned a lot from this workshop. So I think we think a lot about how we can help develop others in the organization and our new hires, at least for me, but taking the time to think about developing myself and learning more about how I can be a better trainer. And L10 offers these opportunities, and it's easy to sign up, and it's a great program. So we have the 6Ds, then there's L10 metrics and measurements analytics. So that's another focus area if that's something that you're interested in. And then lastly is the L10 prime time for trainers. And I've heard excellent reviews on this one as well. You're welcome.
David?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is talk with you a little bit about, we don't have enough time to go person by person and find out how did you become involved with, or how did you learn about L10? But I'm sure the first time someone said, do you know about the Life Science Trainers and Educators Network? That's a mouthful. And the first time was probably like, I don't know what you just said. It's short for L10. So now you're a new member. You're either a member because you have an individual membership, or you are a member because maybe you have a corporate enterprise-wide membership. However you become involved, the first question I'm sure is, so what do I get out of this? What is it that I can do with my membership? And I'm going to just walk you through a couple of the things that you should be writing down and highlighting to dig into to really get the most out of your membership. And the first one is these e-learning lounges. So the e-learning lounge is a place for you to be able to go and do some self-paced learning. And it's set up almost like a coffee shop. So it's a really great experience to go in and either be a part of, or from a team challenge perspective, to just get involved a little bit more on a self-paced perspective. There's also live and on-demand webinars that happen. I would say the frequency is probably once a month. I try to attend them as much as I can, but it's a great opportunity for you to be able to either hear an update on a topic, say like what's happening in the world of AI. It might be presented with a combination between a preferred industry provider and someone from a large company. So it's just a way for us to stay involved with each other and be sharing some of these best practices. It's not seen as, and the board, the L10 board does a very good job of making sure that these are not commercials. These are not people just trying to sell you on things. These are ways to help you deal with some of the problems and the obstacles that we all face. And so the next thing is just what we talked about earlier, the industry briefs and the Focus magazine, publications and writing and ways to just keep a constant flow of information coming to you at just an evergreen process, because there's so much information that comes out, every week, every day. I know that we just heard a little bit about the Prime Time for Trainers workshop, and that is facilitated by a gentleman, Brian Lange. And I have had him come in to different staffs, does a just hands down phenomenal job getting your trainers just more skilled in virtual facilitation in person, general facilitation skills. So it's just a way to really have people become more involved as trainers, because not everyone comes having a background in learning and development. Sometimes, and many times, people come with a background in a clinical side. And so we all know the skill of being able to lead a workshop and present is definitely one that can be developed. One that I have not taken, but I'm very interested in, is the metrics, measurement, and learning analytics workshop. So I personally can't tell you about that one, but I hope that we all are signing up soon and can experience it together. By the title alone, you can tell that this is something that is an ongoing request from senior leadership. How can we tell that what you're doing is moving the needle, changing the behavior, driving the results? This is going to be a workshop that helps you put together a plan, a strategic plan, to put metrics into a framework and a story so that you can go in and have that conversation with your boss, with the leader of commercial, so on and so forth. And then the last one that I'll just touch on is the 6Ds workshop. Think of this all as kind of a Six Sigma, a process. How do you take a problem or a full, process of a learning ecosystem, learning journey, and build it from the beginning of understanding the problem to measuring what you did. So it's a great workshop. It's one that is always full. So it's a great way to get involved as well. So many things to get involved with. I'll just go back to kind of the first thing I said. So what do I get with my membership? And this is a list that I would encourage you to take a screenshot or just write down one or two of these bullets and just get involved with it.
Thank you, David. So we will move on. I think next we're with Leanne.
Yeah. So David kind of talked to you about one bubble, which is learn. So many different opportunities to learn through L10, but there are so many other ways to maximize your membership as well. So Mickey, you said it earlier today when we were preparing for this meeting, there's the members have such a voice, and it's such a member-driven experience, and this is why. So, you see that big blue bubble, the committees. There are over 10 different committees that you can get involved with at L10. And the first thing I would say is spend some time in the website. It's a phenomenal website, just so many resources, so much information. But if you check out About Us, you can see a description of all the different committees. And then for each committee, it tells you what is the time commitment? Who should I talk to about this? What are the goals and the responsibilities? It's really nicely laid out. And in fact, I learned a little bit about some of the committees that I thought, oh, well, maybe I should look into this. So there's one for global. So many of our members work for global organizations. How do we bring that global influence into L10? What about people that are in the quality, research, development, and medical arena of life sciences? It's very different than maybe sales and marketing. How can we have those voices and that knowledge be shared as well? So tons of committee opportunities there for someone who wants to give a little bit of time or a little bit more. For me, the charity committee is so wonderful because L10 gives back in different ways. And that committee really helps focus on how are we going to do it this year? How will we tie it to the conference? What will our cause be? And it's wonderful. David, you talked about writing for Focus Magazine. It is so easy to write an article, and Tim, who's the editor-in-chief of Focus Magazine, he makes it easy. He's so patient and kind, and he's a wonderful editor-in-chief and sets the timeline for you. He wants lots of different stories, and you all have amazing stories to tell, regardless of your experience level, your role. That's the beauty of Focus Magazine. So share that knowledge, speak at a webinar, at a conference, podcasting, all of those things. We want to hear your stories, either in written form or in person. We would love to share and learn those. And then finally, the awards. You could sign up to be a judge. You could also review workshop proposals and see if they might be something that you think would appeal to the greater L10 community. So I guess I just can't emphasize enough that, L10 is for all of us, and we can make it what we want it to be. And it's already so wonderful. We love more voices and more perspectives. It just makes it stronger. So get in there.
Thank you, Leanne. So I think now we will open it up. If anybody has any questions, you can raise your hand, come off of mute, and just let us know, and we'll answer as best we can.
One question, Mickey and I are like the front lines. I don't know if many of you know this. L10 is a very small team, like 8 people small. So for the small teams out there, we feel you. We are that. But I say all that to say that we receive a lot of questions coming in from members who are new and they're not really sure where to start. That's okay. You can speak to Mickey. Hopefully you've interacted or met with your ambassador. They've reached out with an email. It doesn't matter if maybe a couple of months have lapsed. Message them back, connect with them on LinkedIn. You have so many ways to be able to kind of figure where you would like to start. So because all of our journeys are in various places, you could use chat, you can shoot us an email, you can call Mickey or anyone on the L10 team and just ask your question. You're not really sure where to find this and not really sure what content we have. We're happy to kind of be your personal concierge service. We want to just make sure that you feel like you're getting the very most out of your community experience. So we love feedback, even, constructive criticism. So, please know that if you've seen something really cool elsewhere, that might be in the works in the background for us, but we're always open for ideas.
Looks like we have a question. Max?
Hey everybody, Max Daniels. I work for Baxter Healthcare. I've been in the sales training role since November of last year, and then was in sales prior to that for 5 years with Baxter. Question I had as somebody who is very new to sales training in general, coming from the sales side, anything on the website, and you guys explained all the resources that are on the website, but anything in particular that you would have somebody that's so new to kind of this type of role look into, or where we might be able to find that information?
I'm going to open this up to all of our ambassadors. If you have ideas that you would throw out, please share.
Mickey, can I jump in just
Please.
real quick on that one? Because Max, I don't know if on the Baxter side you were device side or other, but one thing I think I failed to mention as well is that the pharmaceutical side and the medical device side, L10 covers, there's not really a difference. And so some people will say the way you sell in the OR might be a little different than the way you sell in a physician's office setting, but learning and development is really industry and product agnostic, because when you're talking negotiation skills and you're talking selling skills and you're talking curriculum build, those are the kinds of things that you're going to find inside of the website and with all those resources. So my point, just to make sure I didn't lose it, was that both, pharmaceutical, biotech, and medical device companies are very well represented across all of L10. I don't know if that helps, but I just wanted to throw that out real quick.
That does. Thank you, David.
You know what else I would suggest too, Max? I literally just went out to the website. In the search field, I typed in sales training. And as soon as I did that, it said I had 543 results, but there are all these articles: rethinking sales training, a blog post, how to use learning objectives to create impactful sales training, decks that you can look at, articles. It's amazing. In fact, after this call, I'm going to go out there and look at these. But I can't tell you enough about the amazing, vast amount of content on the website through the archive of Focus Magazine articles, or just even getting access to materials from webinars and sessions that you didn't attend, but you can still get that content. So I'll take Julia's word, it's a gold mine.
I'm so sorry to cough over you, Leanne. I'm sorry. And Max, I am so happy to volunteer to have a conversation with you even after this call. And I can share with you, I'll put my email in and we can come up with a time just to chit chat. And I can share with you a few spots that you might want to scope out. I think I can do chat.
I hope so. I think so. I wasn't in charge of setting up the controls. I don't know if it got extra intense, but another opportunity, Max, is again, if you have, hopefully your ambassador reached out. If you don't know, you can always reach out to Mickey and I, and we can put you guys, in touch with an email. But that, just like Julie had said, like, thank you so much, Julia, for being willing to do that. But your ambassador also might be a great resource. And I would think of it more in terms of skill development. So what are the skills that you're expected to learn? So if your need is facilitation, maybe as an intro, that might be one thing. There's a full-fledged class. We also have the e-learning lounge, which is 14 or 15 modules, which you can take in pieces or in all together in any order. And they're micro learning, not super micro learning. They're more like 20-ish minutes roughly each, but they talk about or dive into kind of an introductory view of a subject matter. So there's one that has to do with working with vendor partners. Maybe you're not accustomed to that. That might be a really great, one shot to kind of take a look at, say, oh, okay. Or in developing, deciding which modality to use. So there's some really helpful, practical kind of short things if you're just looking for a taste. And then there's other like larger practical tools. We have webinars, we have it in article formats. So there's kind of a few different places we can look, but if you know what skills or topics you're interested in, we can definitely kind of curate some of that for you as well.
Okay, perfect. No, thank you all for that information. And to the ambassador point, I didn't hear from anybody, and that's probably on me if I deleted it with all the emails I get every day. So I apologize if they did reach out to me, but on my end, at least I did a quick search and haven't found it.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's good to know because we can, we'll reach out to your ambassador, put you guys in touch, and everyone will be happy. It's going to be great.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'll look forward to seeing everybody at the conference. I do plan on going to that. So.
Oh,
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, reach out to me, Max. I've done almost everything on the website because I joke, but it's not a joke. I've been on the planet for a while, so I can help narrow this bad boy down for you. So we can target it for you. My pleasure.
Thanks, Julia.
Bonnie, looks like you've got a question.
Yes, thank you. And it's not so much a question, but more of a thank you. And David Brin has been kind of my personal ambassador. David, good to see you and love the beard. From there, I also wanted to thank you, Mickey, because I had reached out on some things and got immediate responses from you. So I really appreciate that. As a new member, you're never quite sure on expectations. But David has started to help me kind of navigate some of the offerings, and I knew this call would be very helpful, but I just wanted to chime in with a thank you.
Oh, thank you. I love that. Thanks so much.
And I've been on and off camera, just so everybody knows, I'm having network warnings on my end, so I took it off for the call and just turned it back on now.
Perfect. Thank you. Julia, do you have a question?
No, I'm having a technical glitch. Welcome to the virtual world. I'm like, what is that? No, it won't. There it goes.
That's all right. One time I was on recently and a bunch of balloons came up out of nowhere, and I thought that's interesting and new.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, well,
Mine was a surprise too.
treats for me.
Oh, love it.
We also, I don't know if this is helpful to know, but each month at the first week of the month, we usually put out a calendar of events, which is fine, whatever. But then the day usually after, there's kind of a themed newsletter that comes out. So I think the first one of the year was product launches and national sales meetings, because we know that's kind of the time of year when our members are doing stuff. But each month there's sort of we curate all of the content, or good, like our best, most liked content under one kind of topic umbrella. So I think next month it might be, oh gosh, I don't even remember, but it might be measurement one month and then sales training another month. And so those are really good because it's sort of curated content of like our very best webinar, our most read articles, our, the classes or offerings that are maybe relevant to that topic. And we've been including a lot of AI articles and content as well. So we're getting a ton more content from our members. And so we want to make sure that as we're speaking about, these topics, we're able to kind of push it out with a really timely, helpful AI resources as well.
Hey, Nanette, can I make a comment?
Oh, absolutely.
So this isn't necessarily a question, but Max, when you said that you were going to be going to the annual conference, it made me think, Nanette and Mickey, you'll have to hold me accountable to this. Many times what happens at the conference is, you get these little ribbons that say first time attendee, presenter, speaker, what have you. If you are a first time attendee going this year, I would do everything I could to make sure people know that, because L10 is really investing in this new membership group of individuals. And so let people know that it's the first time you've been there. And I really think that you'll find it to be a very, very strong curated personal learning for you versus thanks for joining, good luck swimming in the sea. So that's the feedback I think I'm personally looking for is, do you feel that we are helping you in this massive conference with all these different learning tracks and all these different things that you can go and do? I've been going to this thing for years and I still get confused, from time to time, because I'm just always running around trying to talk to people and trying to get places. And then Mickey's running me into a room because I'm supposed to be presenting or something. So just, you really utilize I'm new in this conference to your advantage is kind of what I was thinking. So I look forward to meeting you, Max.
Yeah, thank you, David. I appreciate that.
Greg, I see that you'll be there too. We look forward to meeting you. Does anybody else have any questions? We can move on and I will turn it over to Leanne.
I guess you kind of some final words here. Just start using those benefits. Get out to the website, see what's there, see what you can share, see what you can learn, check out those articles. Also, if you're not following LinkedIn or L10 on LinkedIn, you should do that because Max, to your point, inboxes can get really, really full. Sometimes I will get a reminder on LinkedIn. L10 will share something there. Like, oh, that's right. And I can go right to what I need to find from LinkedIn. So start using those benefits.
Perfect. Thank you. Jamie?
Yes, so we just want to leave you with, as Leanne mentioned, look for us on LinkedIn, but also, as I presented earlier, the different networking events. If there's one nearby where you're living or if you'll be in that area, I would definitely consider going because they're a great experience to get to network right in your own community and learn something new, meet some new people, and then lastly, consider volunteering.
Yes, we love our volunteers. Thank you all so much. And with that, I will say thank you for being here, all of you. We are here for you. We love to hear from all of our members. We do have open office hours every Wednesday from 4 to 5. If you have questions, you can hop on there. Christine Gaudet, our director of events, is usually on there. Greg Honrath, who works with all of our preferred industry partners, he is typically on there. And we love to talk to everyone and answer your questions. And again, reach out to me anytime you need anything. I did not share my contact information here, but most of you probably have that in your inbox already because I feel sure you've already heard from me 2, 3, 28 times. So if there's anything at all I can do, I would love to help. And again, thank you. Thanks for being part of this community. Thank you for being here today. Hopefully this has been very helpful to you. So,
Nanette and Mickey, it's amazing to me that there are 8 people that are keeping L10 up and running. You are small but mighty, and we
you.
would never know that. So thank you for all that you both are doing.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you to the ambassadors today. Thank you, Nanette, for running this alongside me, and really appreciate you guys. And thanks for being members.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes.
Thanks.
Nice
Bye.